toll this is taking on small businesses in the country, I don't think can be overestimated. There's a lot of people who are closing down, especially restaurants and small businesses across the country. I understand you have some advice for small businesses before these people decide to just fire their employees and shut down. Is that correct?
Correct. I mean, Senator Schumer hit the nail on the head with this new legislation. Now the program that's in place for small businesses is really good. Now, part of the challenge that people are facing is they don't know where to go to look for the funding that Senator Schumer was talking about. And so in the past, you would have gone to SBA.gov and applied on their website. Now you're going to be able to go to your local bank and they'll be able to do a quick turnaround loan where they'll effectively pay, as the senator said, for 3 or 4 months of all your employees' payroll for those making under $100,000, plus some of your rent, plus some of your overhead. So I encourage every entrepreneur, every CEO of any small company with under 500 employees to go to their bank and apply now, to read the legislation as soon as they release it so you fully understand whether or not you're eligible or not. Because the beautiful thing about this money that's been released for small businesses, if you keep all your employees and over the term of the loan, 3, 4 months, whatever it may be, you keep all your employees, you don't have to pay it back. This is the money you need to stay in business. So don't quit now. Hold on to those employees. Tell them you're going to bring them back. Get to your bank, get it turned around now. All you have to do is prove what your payroll has been for the last 3 months, and you're golden.
Number one, make a 35 plan. This is something we've done at AppSumo, which is an online e-commerce store, and a lot of other people, I recommend doing this. So a 35 plan is assume that 30% of revenue goes down immediately, and you still want to make 5% profit. So what are the aggressive and defensive things that you need to be doing today, right now, to make that happen? So on the defensive side, cut all your subscriptions. Bye-bye SaaS companies. Go check out AppSumo and get a one-time lifetime payment on a lot of those tools you need. Whatever other things, your service providers, your contractors, your rent, whatever it is you need to do to make sure that you can get your 35 on, go and do it. The second part is that how can you actually be aggressive during this time period? This is the best time. I hope this chaos doesn't stop. I hope the virus goes away, but I hope the chaos continues, because this is where the winners are going to really come out and the losers are going to keep their head in the sand. So how can you be more aggressive with your marketing, with your promotions, with your partnerships, with your ideas, whatever it is? So get to the 35 plan. Number two, if you have any excess inventory or you're worried about your product, go put it on sites for free. So the one that we created, especially for e-commerce stores, and yeah, it's a selfish plug, but it's free, so you don't have to pay anything. It's called Haul Drop. That's HAUL drop.com. And if you've got an online store and you've got extra products, you need to do whatever it takes right now to survive and thrive. So go put them on hauldrop.com and for free so that your products can be top ranked and people can go find products to go buy. Because people are home and browsing and they still want to go buy things, and maybe they just need more help finding yours. Number three, grab the cash. And I know this is a little bit, it's not that I'm trying to fearmonger and I don't want to panic you, but I want you prepared and I want you taking advantage in a positive way, not of people, but of the chaos that's going on. So grab the cash means that if this is a chance now, if you've never done something like this before, people are going to get puckered and puckered more about spending more money. They are, and they already are doing it, and it's going to get worse and worse. We already pulled back ourselves at AppSumo $50,000 from our ad spending immediately. We've paused on hiring, and this is not common. We're a smaller player. And if you're later in the domino chain, you're going to get really screwed. So I would highly encourage you to get cash from deals, early sales, whatever you can do, so that you have money in the bank so you can sustain and gain to get through this economic crisis, because we will get through it, but who knows how long it's going to be.
When it comes to your suppliers, obviously we need to maintain our critical direct suppliers so that we can continue to trade and sell on what we're doing. However, look at those in the context of those that are going to be more inclined to actually be flexible around their payment terms, because the bigger companies, the corporates, those that have the access to the reserves are more likely to give us extended credit terms, and they should be. Big companies should be supporting their supply chains of smaller businesses and prioritizing their payments. If they are your customer, they should be prioritizing you. If you are their supplier, they should be prioritizing you in terms of the amount of flexibility they give on credit. So, and obviously any public sector supplier, again, should be at the forefront of any flexibility that's being offered. So really take a clear look at what monies you owe and preserve your cash and prioritize those payments only to support other businesses like you that are in the same position that need to be paid to survive. So we need to communicate, we need to maintain an open dialogue. I've heard some horror stories around some suppliers who are thinking really short term A business that we're working with at the moment told me this morning that their accountant had written to them and said, look, if you don't pay me on time this month, we're not going to organise your payroll, it's not going to go out. Now this is their accountant. So my client's response to that was, thank you very much, we'll find an alternative provider right now, and the whole business that we had with you is gone. So we need to preserve relationships. The integrity of our relationships right now will mean that we will be providing the goodwill to those people that when we emerge from this, because we will emerge from this, those are the businesses that we're going to support. They're the partners and clients and suppliers that we're going to continue to work with, the ones that have demonstrated goodwill and flexibility. So your first priority right now is cash preservation.
You, as a gardener, taking the one the government did, you as a gardener who normally charges through your limited company can go and freelance as a gardener and not charge through your limited company, enabling you to keep working. Now this sort of came to me and I started checking this out while I was doing my show, and the camera operators who were filming my show, most of whom are limited companies, were in exactly this position. So they couldn't, if they furloughed themselves to get that 80% up to £2,500, work as camera operators for their limited companies, but they could offer their camera operating services as a freelance. Now this helps some of you. It doesn't help others. If you run a recruitment business, you can't suddenly start going freelancing running recruitment when you've got all your clients coming through your business. So it's wriggle room only. I hope it helps some. I don't know how helpful it would be, and I'd love to know if you think that helps you.